The V8 has always been the emotional engine, a visceral soundtrack, effortless torque, and a heritage that fuels brand loyalty. As we roll into the 2027 model year, both Ford and General Motors are doubling down on new generation V8s, but they're doing it for slightly different reasons and with different engineering emphases. In this video, we present a clear, detailed comparison that blends reporting with expert-style analysis, so you, enthusiast or buyer, can see who's likely to claim the beast crown in 2027. Where each company is coming from. Ford's recent public moves show a mix of high-performance devotion and motorsport investment. Ford isn't just keeping V8s alive for nostalgia, it's channeling performance DNA back into flagship cars, Mustang and potential performance trucks, and motorsport programs that inform production tech. The company's engagement in high-level racing projects ties new powertrain learnings directly to street-bound engines. GM, Chevrolet's parent, is taking a broad, multi-pronged approach. New 6th-generation small-block V8 architecture reportedly planned to come in multiple displacements to serve everything from light-duty trucks to performance models. The reporting indicates GM is engineering a flexible platform, different bore stroke options, modern combustion and emissions tech, to replace a swath of the outgoing 5.3-liter, 6.2-liter, and larger V8s. That's a lot of engineering scope, and it reads like an attempt to preserve V8 performance across a bigger slice of the lineup. Architecture and packaging, different philosophies. Ford's V8 direction, as publicly signaled, looks performance first. Lightweight internals where applicable, racetrack-derived engineering, and likely targeted high-output variants for Mustang-derived models. That suggests Ford will prioritize characteristics enthusiasts value: revability, throttle response, and scalability for forced induction, turbo or supercharging, where regulations and packaging allow. Ford's motorsport tie-ins also suggest technologies refined under endurance and prototype racing could appear in production. Things like optimized breathing, advanced valve train controls, and durability at sustained high load. GM's approach favors modularity and coverage. Reports suggest multiple displacements and variants of the new small block, which implies engineering trade-offs toward broad torque curves, adaptability for truck duty cycles, and packaging to fit both pickups and performance cars. Expect a focus on low-down torque, efficient combustion across variants, and a manufacturing strategy that lets GM use the base architecture in many vehicles. A cost and reliability play as much as a performance one. Power and torque expectations, myth versus likely reality. Social media and enthusiast forums are always generous with numbers. Realistically, Ford's Halo V8, think Mustang-derived or specialty variants, will prioritize peak power and a characterful rev range, whereas Chevy's new small block family will likely emphasize strong mid-range torque for towing and day-to-day drivability in trucks and SUVs. That's not to say Chevy will be timid. GM's history with high-output LT, L83, L8T families shows they can make serious power when they choose. Early reporting says GM's family will include displacements intended for performance models, as well as for heavier-duty applications, meaning there will be high-watt versions coming. Expert lens. If you want horsepower and an intrusive soundtrack that rewards redlines, Ford's performance V8 derivatives will likely be the more visceral choice. If you want grunt, towing torque, and a V8 that's optimized for real-world loads, trailers, campers, daily hauling, GM's modular small block strategy will probably deliver a broader spread of usable torque where you need it most. Emissions, regulations, and the Technology Balancing Act. By 2027, emissions rules in the U.S. light-duty sector and similar global regulations are forcing automakers to rethink how a modern V8 survives. Ford and GM must integrate cleaner combustion, gasoline particulate filters, advanced aftertreatment, and far more precise calibration strategies. Instead of relying on cylinder deactivation, both brands are turning to high-pressure direct injection, optimized combustion chambers, low-friction internals, smarter cooling, and tightly controlled software to meet stricter emissions while keeping durability and real-world power intact. Expert takeaway. The winning 2027 V8 will be the one that blends modern emissions hardware with a strong, accessible torque curve. a delicate balance where smart calibration and efficient combustion matter just as much as raw displacement. Durability and use case. Trucks versus sports cars. Chevy's V8s historically prioritize longevity in truck applications, sometimes at the cost of ultimate peak power. GM's new modular small block strategy appears to double down on that heritage, build it to last in a pickup, give it sufficient torque, and allow performance variants to push the envelope. That gives Chevy a practical advantage for buyers who want a V8 for work and play. Ford's engineering tends to split its V8s into distinct camps: the rugged truck motors and the high-strung performance motors. If Ford brings back a high-output V8, say in a performance Mustang or limited-run truck, expect an engine built for bite and character, not necessarily the highest life-cycle torque for hauling 10,000 pounds. In other words, Ford will likely win hearts at the track. Chevy may win utility at the job site. Aftermarket and tuning potential. From an enthusiast perspective, the aftermarket matters. Ford's performance V8 ecosystem, Shelby, Roush, and a massive Mustang aftermarket historically drives rapid power upgrades and aftermarket support. If Ford's 2027 V8s continue that tradition, tuners will rapidly unlock power with intake, cam, and forced induction tweaks. GM's small block ecosystem is similarly huge. LT, LT1, LT4, L8T, LA3 engine families have massive aftermarket backstops. The difference in 2027 will be how easily the new architectures respond to bolt-on modifications, and whether manufacturers lock down software behind subscription-based services. Expect both camps to have vibrant tuning communities, but the immediate feel of upgradability may favor whichever architecture leaves calibration more accessible to third-party tuners. Cost, fuel economy, and real-world ownership. Chevy's modular approach can yield economies of scale. One architecture serving many vehicles typically drops production cost per unit and simplifies parts logistics. For owners, that can mean lower long-term costs and a mature service network. Ford's high-performance V8s, especially limited-run models, sometimes carry higher purchase prices and potentially higher maintenance costs, but also have higher residual and enthusiast demand. If you're buying an everyday truck, GM's family approach could be more cost-effective. If you're buying a limited-run performance car, Ford could hold more of the emotional and resale premium. Fuel economy. Neither company will hit hybrid-level MPG with pure V8s in 2027. Efficiency improvements will come from better combustion tech, advanced thermal management, low-friction components, and refined variable valve timing. Light-load highway cruising will deliver the best mileage, while heavy towing will naturally drop MPG, but provide stronger real-world performance through torque-focused tuning. Who wins in headline numbers? If your metric is peak horsepower in a limited-run performance car, Ford's Halo V8s, derived from racing tech and intended to make a spectacle, are the likely winners. If your yardstick is mid-range torque, versatility across a family of vehicles, and practicality for trucks and SUVs, Chevy's next-gen small block family looks like the logical victor. Importantly, both manufacturers seem to be designing V8 families that will allow different winners within their own lineups: a Chevy truck version versus a Chevy performance version, a Ford towing mill versus a Ford Mustang monster. The expert final verdict, plainly put: 1. Want visceral horsepower, screaming character, and a car that makes headlines? Lean toward Ford's high-end, performance-focused V8 variants. Those engines will be built around character and racetrack-derived engineering, the stuff that turns heads and thrills drivers. 2. Want a V8 that's flexible, strong in the mid-range, and engineered to work usefully in trucks, SUVs, and potentially multiple performance models? Chevy's modular 6th-generation small block strategy looks like the smarter choice, especially if you need a workhorse that doubles as a weekend toy. 3. If you want both, a high-power performance engine that's still usable every day, watch for specific variants and packaging. The reality is, manufacturers will sell both types inside their lineups: jaw-dropping performance engines for halo models and torque-friendly, durable engines for work trucks.